Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something we literally see every single day. But, if we're being totally honest, we rarely truly understand. As a male advocate looking at this data and reading these personal stories, it honestly struck me just how much we miss. We're going to explore a struggle that hides right in plain sight. Behind polite, professional smiles, it's a silent battle fought every single day in corporate boardrooms, hospitals, schools, and of course, our homes. We're talking about the untold story of millions of women who carry responsibilities way heavier than their handbags, fighting these invisible battles right behind their professional confidence.
So I want you to start by asking yourself something right out of the gate. Who actually sees the pain that walks into the office wearing absolute confidence? Think about it. When a female colleague walks in, perfectly dressed, nailing her deadlines, and smiling at the team, we just assume everything's fine. Actually, scratch that. We usually don't even think about it at all. But behind that polished professional smile often lies this deep, invisible exhaustion and a really heavy emotional toll. We just expect them to be strong, even when they're running on completely empty.
Let's look at Section 1, the invisible morning shift. This is the exhausting reality of what happens before the workday even officially begins.
See, a working woman's day absolutely does not begin at the office. It begins way before the rest of the world even wakes up. Listen to this stat. Globally, women spend over 16 billion hours on unpaid care work every single day. 16 billion. It's a mind-blowing number. Take a typical morning for a working mom. First, she's up pre-dawn. Then, she's instantly rushing to prep breakfast, pack the lunches, get the kids ready, all while mentally organizing the entire day for literally everyone else in the house. After that, she endures a grueling commute. We're talking crowded buses, brutal traffic, heat, noise, the whole shebang. Yet she still walks into work right on time, radiating this professional calm. And let's be clear, it's not because her life is easy. It's because giving up just isn't an option.
There's this saying, the world only sees her performance, not her pressure. And man, does that hit the nail on the head. Nobody sees the exhaustion. Nobody notices the tears she might have frantically wiped away in the driveway before leaving the house. Society is incredibly quick to judge a woman's visible output at her job, while completely turning a blind eye to the absolute pressure cooker she just stepped out of at home.
Which brings us to Section 2, surviving the double standard, the impossible tightrope of societal expectations. Society expects working women to succeed like they have zero family obligations. Zero. We look at them and think, oh, they're managing. But the reality, they are surviving. At work, the pressure is on. They have to constantly prove they're infinitely capable, 100% dedicated, and completely unhindered by their personal lives.
But at the exact same time, they're expected to take care of their family like they don't even have a career, right? It's wild. How on earth can anyone carry this endless pressure? At home, she's got to prove she's endlessly caring and constantly available. It's a totally impossible, contradictory demand placed squarely on her shoulders, day in and day out.
Let's be real for a second. The double standard becomes glaringly obvious when we look at how we view dedication. When a guy works late, he's praised, right? Wow, what a hard-working, dedicated guy. But a woman working late, she's instantly questioned. Who's taking care of the house? Why are you so career-focused? Shouldn't family come first? As a man, I can tell you straight up, we rarely face those kinds of guilt-inducing questions. And those questions hurt, because nobody stops to ask how much she's already sacrificing just to be sitting at that desk.
And all of this leads to this constant tearing emotional guilt. It's like a tug-of-war. Working mothers are essentially warriors torn between two worlds. She might be sitting in a big office meeting, projecting total focus, while internally she is agonizing over a sick kid at home. She feels guilty at work for not being home and guilty at home for not giving enough to her career. She keeps moving forward not because she's some emotionless robot, but because her family entirely depends on her strength.
Let's move into Section 3. Battles behind the smile. These are the specific, really heavy burdens carried totally without complaint.
Beyond just the daily grind, there are these massive, unseen realities. We're talking about specific, immense challenges. Take Alina, a young professional I read about who uses her entire paycheck just to make sure her younger siblings can afford their school fees. Or Maria, a mid-level manager who rushes out the door exactly at 5 to be the sole caretaker for her aging, bedridden parents. Consider Sarah, a single mom bearing the crushing weight of financial and domestic responsibility all by herself. Or Aisha, a widow rebuilding her life and her kids' futures from absolutely nothing. These women are silently fighting anxiety, heartbreak, and financial stress, and they're still meeting their deadlines. They are the real, everyday heroes among us who just refuse to stay broken.
If there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this quote. She is not asking for attention. She is asking for understanding. To the women watching this explainer right now, we know you aren't weak just because you feel tired. Even machines need to be unplugged and rested. How could any human being carry this much endless pressure without feeling completely exhausted? It is absolutely okay to feel tired. You aren't asking for a spotlight. You're just asking for some basic human grace.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 4, True Success and Strength. This is a call for real allyship and redefining what it actually means to succeed.
Guys, to the men listening to this explainer today, we need to step up. And I mean with concrete actions. Take on the invisible labor. Actually help out at home. Don't just wait to be told what to do. Respect her career as being just as vital, just as important as yours. Encourage your dreams, especially the ones she had to hit pause on for the sake of daily responsibilities. And above all else, just listen without judgment when she says she's tired. Because when the women in our lives rise, our families rise, and our whole society rises.
And to the working women listening, I really want to redefine success for you today. Success isn't just about becoming some famous, high-powered CEO. Sometimes success is literally just getting through another incredibly difficult day. It's paying the bills honestly. It's taking care of your family. It's surviving emotional pain and continuing to show up despite the overwhelming stress. If you are doing those things, you are achieving massive success silently every single day. You're doing so much better than you think you are, and your effort absolutely matters.
Never, ever let the opinions of a hypercritical society become your identity. There's a great truth out there. Powerful women are not created during comfortable times. They are created during struggles. Your value isn't decided by arbitrary societal standards. Your value is decided by your incredible courage. And that courage, it's forged daily in the fires of your unspoken hardships. Trust me, one day, all those sleepless nights are going to make sense. And these struggles will just be the prologue to your success story.
So I'll leave you with this. Will we continue to ignore these hidden struggles? Or are we going to finally build a society that values the silent strength of working women every single day? It is high time we stop celebrating women for just one day a year and start actively respecting their sacrifices daily. Because behind every successful society is a strong woman who simply never gave up. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I truly hope this changes how you see the silent strength walking into your office tomorrow morning.